Hey, it's Erika. Welcome to part 2 of my first listen for TZUYU's abouTZU debut mini album. I'm loving the B-side so far. Gotta break it up into 2 parts. YouTube doesn't like it when you do a certain number of songs into one video. They get mad. They take down your video. But yeah, so part 1 included Heartbreak in Heaven, Lazy Baby, and Losing Sleep. All really amazing tracks. This part's gonna include One Love, Fly, and my final album thoughts. But yeah, so color code alert readers for this to find to be the best solution for you and for me to follow along together in real time. But yeah, I mean, the first 3 B-sides we've checked out have been really amazing stuff. The most surprising one I think has been Losing Sleep because I wasn't expecting that sound, but the other 2 I'm like, very chewy, so I don't really know how we're gonna finish out the album here. Well, we're getting chewy. What are you gonna be serving today? It's gonna be a big slate, we already know it, but yeah, let's check it. Let's go ahead and get One Love. Why not? We're gonna just jump right in, girl. Jump right in into it all. So yes, you know what it like go. Okay. Oh wow. Like pop rock but heavy on the pop side of it. This one's funky, okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay. It's like Disney Channel pop rock, but I loved it growing up, so I'm not mad. I'm kind of surprised she went for this sound solo-wise. I didn't know. I mean, Twice has like some rock songs in there, you know? So that makes sense, but I didn't expect TZUYU to not expect this at all. Alright, that was One Love. Wow, that was surprising again. I would have not expected TZUYU to get like, to have like one of the B-sides be like a rock song. That is like so unexpected to me. And again, it's like we've heard it before do it in like Twice and stuff, but not necessarily doing all that, you know what I mean? In terms of just like a solo work, and I really liked her voice on those tracks, but it's kind of like surprising. It's definitely another surprise for me. Like I definitely did not see that's where she was going. Again, it's pop rock, but it's heavy on the pop side, and she is a pop girl, but she just said we're conquering all the pop genres. Or all the influences within pop tracks. So, but I really loved One Love. I think that was great. Yeah, let's check out the last track, Fly. We're just gonna jump right in. I'm just Woo! We're doing it. I don't know. This could be a slower one. It could be a ballad. We'll see what we're doing. Let's get fly. Or not. Oh my god, technical difficulties. What is happening? I was like sitting here waiting for it and there was no sound happening. Okay, let's go. Oh.
You give me ways to fly again. 저 멀리 날아가. I hear you always by my side. 두렵지 않아. 아무도 몰래 나를 또 숨기려 할 때쯤 다시는 들면 알아 넌 내 옆에 있단 걸. You help me on my way.
It's a cute little fan song. How adorable. I don't think it'd be like a fan songy one. It's like 2000s pop ballad, you know? Oh, the nostalgia. No, kind of 90s. No, yeah, like early 2000s. Yeah. Movie soundtrack. Like, oh my god, is this supposed to be on like Princess Diaries? You know what I mean?
Anyway, I'm gonna try. You are the reason why, 'cause I know I'm alive. I fly like a butterfly.
Fly, fly, little butterfly, come on. Miss Ma'am just did all that. All that. Wow, what a mini album. What a mini album. I like it. I like them all. All the tracks are really, really good. I will say though, I do have a statement to say. I don't know if I've ever said this before from like First Listen, because I feel like I wonder why Runaway was the title track. I think it's interesting because it does have like a second gen girl group vibe, and like the retro vibes to it are really cool. But like any of the other ones minus Fly, I feel like could it have potential title track quality. I think they do really interesting stuff. I mean, Heartbreak in Heaven and Lazy Baby, I feel like that's a very Chewy type of Twice, but like what Love was doing, what Losing Sleep was doing, like how interesting of a debut would that have been? But I guess Runaway is kind of just like, I I could definitely, no, I kind of get it now. I kind of get it now. But I think all the B-sides are extremely strong. I think they're stronger than the title track, honestly. I think that's what I feel, but I definitely get why they might have done like Runaway, because it's not those ones, and it's kind of like a middle ground in sort of a sense of that it's just like what it's kind of showcasing for TZUYU is like in like a soloist sort of sense. I definitely guess makes sense there, you know what I mean? Versus like you get like all the tracks and it's just like it'd be cool to get something like experimental for her, but it is a solo debut, so maybe it is right to maybe play it safe a little bit, you know what I mean? But I feel like these B-sides, a lot of them really surprised me in sort of like what she was doing, like One Love and Losing Sleep. But yeah, I'm always just like, huh? But I definitely, like, it does make sense. Like, if I had to think about it, take a seat back, let my biases sort of step back to just like, which one would probably perform the best as a title track, you know what I mean? It would probably be Runaway, and I think it's really cool, interesting, those second gen vibes, that nostalgia vibe, the retro vibes for it, I think are really interesting. But I'm just like, if you're talking about debut and if it's TZUYU's first step out here into this world, what it will like, I don't even know though. I don't know if like Losing Sleep or One Love would be the right way to go, but I would be like, I kind of wish it was Lazy Baby. I really do. But yeah, so it's, I don't know, it's interesting in that sense because I'm like, the B-sides are so strong. They're so incredibly strong, and I'm just like, I don't really necessarily always get the feeling of just like, oh no, this should have been the title track, you know what I mean? Because it's just, I don't know, like I don't know, it's not a feeling I have too often, but I have that feeling here with TZUYU, and I'm just like, there's so much, like, I feel like there's multiple reasons for it. I think like music wise, B-side wise, for like what it says for TZUYU is very interesting. Not only because they like, but I think they're just like, they're very high quality produced out like B-sides, and not that the title track isn't, but I'm like, yeah, and I feel like vocally Runaway does show out a lot for her, but I'm just like, oh, the B-sides kind of do interesting stuff as well that I would have loved to hear like a title track for her rather than like the B-sides. I'm like, girl, what? And obviously I feel like Fly is just like the best showcase of like her vocal, like just a true appreciation and love for her like vocal tone. But the other ones I'm like, they're doing interesting stuff here. I'm like, but I guess like if you are doing a debut, it may be like better to sort of, I guess, you know, play it safe in a sense, especially with just like a member who would just like, we may not necessarily know like exactly what she's doing solo-wise. I mean, we know she's a pop girly, obviously showcased through all the tracks here, but it's just like, even so, like I feel like Lazy Baby's or like, no, I feel like Heartbreak in Heaven is like, I would be like the least unexpected sound from her, so maybe that's sort of just like why. And again, I do think Runaway does like interesting stuff and is very interesting in its own sense for what it like does and what it showcases, but I'm just like, oh, there's still some stuff cooking under here, you know what I mean? Like, we're just scratching the surface, it feels like. But I really get it. And I will say, what I was thinking throughout the first listen when I started hearing the B-sides, I was like, why aren't these other ones there? After watching A2K and seeing how JYP, like the songs he was picking for the Richa, and like his sort of process of that, I definitely see how we kind of got here. I don't know how much he had a hand into this album, or like if he had a hand of any of it, but I'm just like, based off like that, I'm like, okay, I see how we got here in terms of just like JYP. But I think overall it's really interesting and really interesting for TZUYU. And I mean, the other members that we have solos for, Nayeon and Jihyo, those are all like Nayeon's is very Twice like, and I feel like there's a lot of Twice here and within like TZUYU stuff as well, but her was just like that kind of Twice pop little moment, you know what I mean? And then Jihyo was it was Jihyo, like I don't know, like it was just so her, you know what I mean? Versus like this one, it just, I don't know, everything feels very like TZUYU and stuff, but I'm just like, oh, okay, like, and when I think of like pop music for TZUYU, I think more just like Western pop sort of influence versus just like, I feel like Nayeon's stuff is a very K-pop, little Twice moment, you know what I mean? And Jihyo is very Jihyo, you know what I mean? So I think it's very just kind of like interesting and just, I don't know, overall really interesting. I find it, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, I have to sit with it for a little bit, I feel like, and just be just like, yeah, but I think it's a great album nonetheless. I mean, all the tracks are really, really good. And also just because I definitely see, like, because again, like I keep saying, like, there's a lot more like upbeatness, playfulness within these tracks that it's just like, it definitely makes sense why they wouldn't be like a title track, because just the landscape these days, there's a lot more chill, a lot more, sorry I have to sneeze, a lot more of just like the more low-key sort of aspect when it's coming to like the title track. So I think Runaway would definitely fit within like the trends of that, because just like some of them are just so crazy. Oh my god, but I'm like, oh no, these would work so well for like a performance. Like I'm interested to see how it would structure like a choreography, a performance for some of these B-sides, you know. But I think it was an excellent mini album nonetheless. I mean, it was all very like surprising. I didn't know we were gonna go some of these places, you know what I mean? Even I feel like Fly was a bit surprising for me to sort of hear and listen, and they're just, I don't know, they're just like an interesting, like, I don't know, she's just so pop, and it's just like such an interesting aspect to her. And I think maybe it's just like what I've seen from a lot of soloists these days, and just like what they do, that's been just like, I don't know, very like expected but unexpected in certain ways. But yeah, I mean, I really had no idea where we were gonna go with TZUYU other than just pop, you know. I'm like, that's just her, you know what I mean? But sort of where we've gone, I'm like, oh, okay, rock, okay, Latin influence, okay, collaborations, you know. But I really liked it, and I think it's very interesting to look at just like her and what she's done here. Yeah, just like in general, I feel that it's just like, it's, I don't know, it's overall kind of just like very interesting. But yeah, and I mean, it's just pop, you know, and it's just a good time, you know. I loved it. I think it works very well for TZUYU and her voice, and her voice had so much showcase here, which was so nice to hear. Her tone is interesting and beautiful and light and pretty, and it's just everything. It was a really nice little showcase of all of that. So overall, I think it's just interesting, and I felt like my brain needs just like a little bit more analysis of it that I can't fit in a video, but it was amazing nonetheless. And I love all the tracks, are all amazing, very interesting. Just, I don't know, it's very interesting in my, I don't know, again, it needs more thought, it needs more analysis, but overall I really loved what we got here with TZUYU. So go to put your thoughts and comments down below what you thought about TZUYU's abouTZU debut first mini album. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or description down below at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing Spider-Man 2, so if you could join me over there for that, links in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.